You're listening to Rock, Pop, and Roll.
It is Rock, Pop, and Roll. Hope you're doing well. Always, every time. I say that, but I mean it every time. You got it. This episode of Rock, Pop, and Roll, the last couple of episodes we've hit into the 90s and into the 2000s, and, originally constructed in my mind, this was going to be a podcast about the 80s. And that was 70 episodes ago, right? And some things morph. And so we were talking about the death of Todd Snyder in the last couple of episodes. But I wanted to go back to that original idea of the 80s. And today, some of the bands, we're going to take a look at their catalog. Like 3 from each. Early stuff, the first thing that might have hooked me, some mid-period forgotten track, and then maybe something later from their most recent if they're still around. So let's get underway. Our intro today, they're on the list because I listen to them a lot, but they're not the underground, gritty, garagey sound we might find today, but I did love the Hooters.
She was hanging on Johnny, he was holding
the live cut. Hooters are still around, like all the original members. Almost, I think all of them. I'd have to go to the wiki to look it up. But go see the Hooters.
There was nothing to say when the band began to play, and we danced.
So I found a live cut to get us, because it had a long intro. But we're going to dive into some of my bands. You're going to know a lot of them because you listen to Rock, Pop, and Roll. So we talk about some of these. Might be a couple of surprises, though. I hope we find something that... There'll be stuff on here that I've listened to a little bit, but I might hear it again and think, that's great. Or I might say, why'd I put that on there? We're going to find out. It's Rock, Pop, and Roll. Let's go. Hooters.
The party soon when the band began to play out of tune, and we danced like a wave.
Thanks for being with us. We're recording live just outside of Indianapolis, the far eastern suburbs, out in the country, on the little mini farm with the mini studio. Rock, Pop, and Roll. I'm Rob. I saw this band so many times. We're going to dive into it. These are bands. These are artists from the 80s. I think they're all from the 80s. Some of them might stretch into the 90s. But at some point, because in the 80s it was high school and it was college for me, all through that decade. I finally got out of college after like 19 years at the end of that decade. I exaggerate just a bit, only a little. But these were all bands I was hearing in high school and in college, and that is such the transformative years for your music listening. You might hear some top 40 or back before high school. You're trying to figure out what you like and why you like it. Like the first 8-track. I had an 8-track. My first stereo. Went to a garage sale. They had $40 on this thing for a radio. It was a little, you set it on top of like your, I don't know, on a table in your room or on your dresser. Had a couple of speakers, maybe 6 inches high, 4 inches wide, radio, and a 8-track player. And they had $40 listed on it. I offered $35. They took it. I got myself my first stereo. They threw an 8-track in. They gave me one. It was gray. BTO, their first album. And I don't know how old I was. I might have been 11, 12, young, 8-track, right? There was 8 tracks, and I wouldn't, So I was late elementary school, maybe. Got that thing. And so I played that BTO. I swear that 8-track somehow seeped into my musical DNA. And that was the beginning of the formation, at least of collecting your own music, of finding out what you liked and listening to it a lot. So these are some bands that I listened to a lot in the 80s. Saw them alive a lot. And they were great every damn time. I love the Bodines.
You know, Mary was a woman band. She was living with a hard guy. Mary got beat up one too many times. She's a runaway.
That was the first track off of their first album, Love and Hope and Sex and Dreams. She's a Runaway. They were from Wisconsin, kind of big in Chicago. I heard this first album. There was, you know, in the 80s, there were rock stations that were taking some chances on music. You know, that they did at the time, you know, 4 or 5 cuts deep into an album of a superstar, or they might turn you on. The best stations turned you on to music you didn't know that fit that sound. So somehow on one of the stations I was listening to, might have been, you know, I talk a lot about we listened to Detroit radio station WRIF, or our own local, kind of local in Jackson, Michigan, Q106. We listened to that a lot. But there was a station out of Ann Arbor, WIQB, 103 something, I think. But you couldn't get it where we lived. But if we drove a half hour northeast, we could pick up the station, and they were a little more. He had some progressive roots that still hung on in the 1980s, and it might have been where I heard the Bodines for the first time. But would go see him a lot, and great live show. Band. Waukesha, Wisconsin is where they were from. They had a hit, Closer to Free, which was if you remember, the Party of Five television show. That was the theme song for them. But the Love and Hope and Sex and Dreams was their first album. They had an album called Home, a couple albums later that I liked. An album that was produced at Prince's studio, Paisley Park, by one of Prince's guys, David Z, I think. No, just called Black and White. That's what I thought, but I was questioning myself. The Closer to Free was on the same. It was an album called Go Slow Down. Same album had this on it, a little mid-period rocker. It's that Springsteen-ish. Oh, everything's going to have a little Springsteen in it today, kids. I can't help it. But that Springsteen-esque heartland sound. It's called Feed the Fire.
And with the warmth inside, usually we shiver. Till we sleep, so satisfied. Lay down, down and feed. Lay down, down and feed. Lay down and feed the fire.
The great Kenny Aronoff played a lot of drums for the Bodines, toured with the Bodines, and recorded with them, so you can hear some Kenny Aronoff in their work, which is always a great thing, man, that slamming sound. Kurt Newman and Sammy Lannis were the Bodines, knew each other way back in the 80s, formed a band, and then they broke up unceremoniously. Some ugliness to it. So Kurt continues the band these days. And this is from a 2022 album. It's called For the Last Time. Give you a little taste of what recent Bodines sound like.
Different from the start, always leading straight
dig into a little more Bodines. It's out there. Just likable. Just a sound. There's little strings in that. Kurt records a lot of stuff on his own. All the instruments sometimes. Depends on the album. Bodines, man. Rock, pop, and roll. It's not Richie Valens. It's that Los Lobos, man. And the hit with La Bamba. From the album, from the movie. Sweet. So that's a lot of people. That's how they found Los Lobos. I was working at WCSR, a little radio station in the town where I lived, a little AM station. They let us play a little bit of what we wanted. This thing came in as a 45. Waylon Jennings later recorded this. And I really liked Will the Wolf Survive? Don't take this to the chorus, because it's a great chorus. Listen for that mandolin. 70s. They got it together in the 70s. David Hidalgo, Louis Perez, Cesar Rosas, Conrad Lozano, LA group. And if I think about it, it's not really a band that fits my template. But there was something about that, it was, it was a little ethnic and a little coast oriented, not so much Midwest, young white guy music that I was listening to. And there was something experimental about it, or adventurous, that I liked. So I started listening to a little more of the Los Lobos. Would find albums at radio stations that I worked at, find them in the bargain bin, and I'd always pick up a Los Lobos album. I picked this one up. It's in my vinyl right here in the office. By the Light of the Moon is the name of the album. You remember this? It got a little bit of... somebody played this somewhere. Guitar work, man. I dig that guitar work. It had great harmonies, just intricate, not slamming you hard like a lot of the music that I was listening to. It wasn't the Jay Giles band. It wasn't Cinderella. So, because I found this, it was a lot of these bands came on the heels, or at the same time, or were influenced by like the John Mellencamp Lonesome Jubilee album, or the Rain on the Scarecrow. Or Springsteen's, not so much The River, maybe a little Nebraska, but it's certainly Born in the USA and stuff that came after 1984 that we'll listen to. Like that Bodines, that was Springsteen influenced. Right after he hit huge with Born in the USA. So these are these alt country, the early Americana sound. The Midwest heartland, rock and roll, the Michael Stanley bands. Michael Stanley's not on here, but he'd be another good one that I listen to. They all fit into into that little pocket, like Los Lobos.
A teacher, and the other became a car. A car skidded into the rain, making the last little one to say, one more light goes out in America.
Los Lobos. They did a cover of the Buffalo Springfield. I wanted to lay on you a little piece of this. 2021, so kind of recent.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly.
I dig it that they're still around.
Nobody's right if everybody's
Jumped ahead just a bit to a chorus.
Young people speaking their minds, getting so much resistance from behind. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody
Those are Los Lobos. They've got a 2025 album out called 300 Pounds of Joy. This is the title cut from this year. Little guitar, little horns, little grungy, bluesy gut bucket.
Well, all you girls think your days are done. You don't have to worry, you can have your fun. Take me, baby, for your little boy. You got 300 pounds of a heaven of joy.
Yes, you do.
But this is it, what you get.
That's fun. Rock, pop, and roll. Going through my 80s influences. Strict 80s today, except for maybe a couple as we get to the end.
Headlights shine through the rain last night. Passing cars go by as if they knew. She was living and dreaming things being.
The album was called Boston Mass. The band is the Del Fuegos. I played this one in cassette player a lot.
Life so sweet, the heart so true. Well, I'll be there beside you, baby, watching it all fade to blue.
That's got a Jay Giles, Peter Wolf vibe to it. Yeah, Boston Mass. My great friend, the late Tom Smith. He and I would play golf in the summertime. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't play golf before I met him, and he was a I don't know if he's state champ, finished second in the state of Michigan when he was in high school. His whole family, Tim and Tom, his brother Terry, played golf, but Tim was really good, and so was Tom. Little 5 foot, I don't even know how tall he was, 5'8", might have weighed 120 pounds, but could hit the ball. Taught me to play golf. We'd drive from our town to a golf course. It was like, I guess we'd go to different ones. Went to one that was close by, but then we'd just go find places to play where we could get on and not, play during times when it wasn't so busy, because you never knew how far I was going to hit the ball. We would listen to the Del Fuegos. We'd put that thing in my cassette player in my Ford Escort, my light blue 1981 Ford Escort, with the speakers in the back that we bought for like $35. They were like eight inches wide and 5 inches high. They were nice little booming speakers that we turn up loud. Listen to the Del Fuegos on the way to play golf. That's my memory of that album. Loved that album. They had one before that. They had their first album was called The Longest Day. A little punkier, maybe. This is off of that album, just to give you an idea. I wasn't into this album so much as the Boston Mass album, but this is where they came from. First album. Dan Zanes and his brother Warren Zanes in this band. They're from Boston, a bar band. They made a commercial for Miller Beer back in the 80s before they hit it. they didn't even hit it big before they broke up, as they were trying to ascend to some success. Wrote a song for Miller Beer. You can find that on YouTube, back when it was not cool to sell your music for commercial uses. But Dan said, man, we were just trying to get known. And it turned out all right. It was gritty little commercials. They had some creative control on it. Those are Del Fuegos. Warren Zanes has later come to be he's like a VP at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but he wrote a Tom Petty biography that is outstanding. And then he wrote the story of Nebraska, the Springsteen Nebraska album that got turned into the movie. Warren Zanes is a fabulous writer, smart guy. They're both smart guys. I saw Dan Zanes. He has morphed into a children's kids music. Saw him. He toured with his band. It was fun as hell, playing downtown at the Hilbert Circle Theater in Indianapolis, a nice place where the orchestra plays. He played. Fun show. So he's still doing some stuff. So look up Dan. They had an album called Stand Up as they were getting towards the end. They didn't put out very many albums. Kind of burned themselves out. But this is Wear It Like a Cape.
Everybody needs someone to help them get in the groove.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, and I believe I found the one. Honey, when I found you, there seems to be a reason why we try
Wear It Like a Cape.
each other's
Let's see if I can get a chorus. Got away from their garage band roots a little bit with some horns and some production. It was always a little bit off in a fun way. I told you he was a kids
in the morning.
Kids music guy.
That train, tomorrow's train.
This is Dan with his wife Claudia and Steve Earle doing Tomorrow's Train off of his Pieces of Home album.
Don't you want to ride on that train, tomorrow's train?
So look up little Del Fuegos, little Dan Zanes, huh? Go to New York City for their album Frontier Days. Band called the Del Lords. The Del Lords, from the ashes of a punk band called the Dictators. A guy named Scott Kempner, who I believe has passed away. Eric Amble was a guitar player in this band. Eric went on to produce a lot of bands, including the Bottle Rockets. The Springsteen line with this song, the through line is when Springsteen put together his Seeger Sessions band back in the 2006, maybe? 2005, 2006, somewhere in that mid-2000s, he would play this song with that band. It was really good. I might be able to find it. I'm going to try real quick as you dig this. I did. This is the Springsteen version of it. It was live in Dublin. I'm going to jump here.
Times right here. And what happened to you poor black folks? Well, at the state fair.
So this is him doing the Del Lords.
He took a look around, gave a little pep talk, said I'm with you, and he took a little walk. Tell me, how can a poor man stand such times and
Hey, I like that. I go back to this is Del Lord's doing a little more rockabilly. Yeah, they're a fun rock and roll band. From an album called The Elvis Club from 2013 from the Del Lords. It's called When the Drugs Kick In.
I was right in the middle of a big idea. I forgot everything right then and there. For the last year or so.
They do a cover of Johnny Cash. What song's that, you say?
Well, I hear that train coming. It's rolling round the bend. And
I mean, it's been covered thousands of times. Nothing unique about covering Folsom Prison Blues. It's a great song, and I love it when a rock band takes it and does something with it. And then one more Del Lords. There was an album called Johnny Comes Marching Home. I believe Neil Giraldo of Pat Benatar fame produced it. Gave a little more of a commercial pop sound. Del Lords, which reminds me of the band that comes next. From Jersey, Smithereens. So we were West Coast with Los Lobos, the East Coast, we're in the Midwest, we were in Boston with Del Fuegos. I mean, there's a lot of bands that were out in America in the 80s that were embracing the loud drum smack snare sound of Born in the USA and the production that a lot of those bands were finding some radio success with. Guitars. This was the sound of mid-80s. The alternative, not so pop rockish, but that garage-ish punk. A little bit of a vibe. Behind the Wall of Sleep. Blood and Roses. I love Blood and Roses from the Smithereens, and I really like the 11 album with A Girl Like You. This is later 80s.
I used to travel in the shadows and I never found the nerve to try and walk up to you. But now I am a man.
Reminds me of another radio station that I was working at, WORX in Madison, Indiana, with all the great people there. You know, we were programming that as a top 40 rock 40 station in 1988, 89, 90, 91 in that area. Rocking a little bit.
I'll say everything you want to hear. I'll see everything.
Because it was a small station. It was just a little 3,000 watt station in Madison, Indiana.
Just to win the love of a girl like you.
But I was proud of the fact me and the boys that were working at the station, we pulled some stuff that we liked and put it on that was being played on a rock station someplace in Denver, or just songs that were not right there in the top 20 all the time. I liked it. They had a song called Yesterday Girl. It's from the same album, Smithereens 11. Kind of take on Ocean's 11. We played this. Hell yeah, we played this. Because it has a great chorus. It does. Little 60s throwback, maybe. Smithereens did a great cover of a cut off of Springsteen's Born in the USA. It's rock, pop, and roll as we roll through the music of the 80s. That heartland guitar, garage, alternative Americana country shit that I was listening to.
You were crying all so alone.
Smithereens. I saw the Smithereens a number of times. Phoenix Hill Tavern in Louisville. Saw them, which is it's a bar, but a great stage, great place to see shows. And they were outstanding back in, this was probably 90 during the tour for that Smithereens 11 album. So I was out of college. I was living down there, right on the Ohio River, just across the river from Louisville, Kentucky. In the radio station that I was working at, the first thing I did with them, I was selling ads for a while, but eventually weaseled my way onto the air because that's what I'd done before I got there. But I got in there doing some sales, and then I pitched a Sunday night show called The Sunday Night Recliner. And it was deep cut, new music, deep cut old classic artists, digging into some Bob Dylan. But I found this band doing that show.
Know what you really need, but you can't get enough. Too many mouths to feed. Well, ain't life tough? Call this survival. Don't pray for a sign.
It's a band called the Black Sorrows. They're from Australia.
Know what you really want. You can't get it back down on the waterfront. Better watch out, Jack.
Joe Camilleri was the guy who founded the band. A little bit of everything in here. But I played this on that Sunday Night Recliner just because it sounded good. That's what we could do. That was the beauty of a great radio station with a great ownership and leadership and other jocks. Could make something fantastic that was a little bit different. Chain to the Wheel off the Hold On To Me album, The Black Sorrows. Never heard of them, have you? I wouldn't have heard of them if I hadn't done that show. They hung around for a long time, never a hit in the United States. Same album.
Roll those big gates back easy. Coming around for the loneliest man.
And if you didn't know better, right? That's Van Morrison, but it's not.
Sunsets deep in the valley. A cold river flows into the sea.
Gospel called Glory Bound.
Sailing down.
I'll jump to a chorus here for you.
Glory bound. Take me out. Glory bound. Hold that car for me. Glory bound.
Probably played that on that Sunday Night Recliner too. Same album. I'd just drop the needle and find the things that made me feel rock and roll right. 2024, they put an album out called The Way We Do Business.
Rolling down the road at 105.
It's a Black Sorrows. It's called Crazy Look.
I'm all shook up as the world flies past. We're running out of time, so we gotta live fast. Show me what you got, I'll take the lie. Never wanna stop, party till I drop. Fool
The reason I picked a recent catalog cut, a recent song from these bands, if I could, because I think it's important if the band, and I know that the same people aren't going to be in the band, but if the founder or if a couple of them are still making music 40 years later, let's hear it just to see. What's it sound like? Is there some magic? Is there some mystical rock and roll vibration that we love, that we get from that? That's what I like. That's why I decided to pick a recent cut. Now, I don't know a lot of these. I just found their most recent album and bopped around and found one. Oh, that's not bad. A lot of the memories that I have. This is Rock, Pop, and Roll, by the way. I'm Rob. Thanks for listening. You can find all the episodes at rockpopandroll.com, and you can email me at rockpoprollpodcast@gmail.com. A lot of the memories that I have was because I worked in radio for a long time, but you would come across music that would be on your desk or that you would find in the studio that was brand new or on a compilation or somebody, a label would send you something. I'd listen to it all of it. If I got an opportunity and somebody sent, and if it was 5 seconds, I'm like, I didn't like it. Or if it was 35 seconds or all of it, that's how I found a lot of the music. And that's what happened with the Honey Dogs. This one came across the desk.
Days are cold and gray, it's hard to be away. But I guess that's what I meant when I said I do, and you said it too. I can't get used to this.
The album was Seen a Ghost, I found out. The song Miss You, I Miss You, was something they had cut before
But if it goes
on an
too
independent release. But this was like a major label release, revision, re-recording of it.
Well, just because I've been away so long, and just because I'm not that strong, just because a pretty woman turns me on, doesn't mean I'm gonna be a fool and give up what I got with you. I miss your laughing lips, I miss your eyes, and hips. Do you miss me? 'Cause I miss you in a week or two.
That's a great chorus. They're from Minneapolis, so they sound like some other Minneapolis band. They're like Soul Asylum. I hear Soul Asylum in that.
A lot of things that we're gonna do.
The Honey Dogs never made it big.
I always think about the things you said.
But they were big enough to stay together and play live shows and live in that upper Midwest survival mode.
For hours in my head. I miss your laughing lips.
I found the original recording of that.
It's because I'm not that strong.
So this was off the Honey Dogs album so this was 1995.
And give up what I got.
And Seen a Ghost was 97. So it's the original version of I Miss You. The Honey Dogs. They put an album out this year, 2025. Algebra for Broken Hearts, the name of that album.
Yeah, I feel it coming. Like a subway humming when it's blocks away. In my vertebrae.
Adam and Noah Levy, brothers, founded the band.
Seem to stop it.
Oh, roots rock band.
I'm gonna hide.
Kill Switch is that. If you gotta jump ahead, as I do.
There's a cat in it. Yeah. Wish there was a kill switch without breaking all my bones. Wish someone was waiting so I could just phone home.
So that's Kill Switch. Off that same album was a song called Tulsa.
Scab and smoke.
So if you want to find some Honey Dogs,
Something's
Do It, Tulsa. What, country punk, country roots punk?
A rolling stone, all alone and lost. For this life of sin, I paid the cost.
It's Jason and the Scorchers, man. They cowpunk, called it cowpunk.
Here goes another guy out on the lost highway. Well, I was just a lad, barely 22.
Jason and the Scorchers was Jason Ringenberg and a guitar player, a fabulous guitar player named Warner E. Hodges. Now, Warner ended up, after the Georgia Satellites broke up, he eventually caught on with the lead singer from the Satellites, Dan Baird, and they toured together for years and years and years, and Dan's health kind of went away. He's still around, but doesn't tour. Warner E. Hodges tours and puts out his own stuff, too. So it was Warner Hodges and Jason Ringenberg. And they thrashed it a little bit. Thrashed a little bit, yeah. This was a Steve Earle cut called Bible and a Gun. REM, I hear REM in that a lot.
There's a full moon out tonight, and it's shining down on me.
So that was 89. So that was a couple of years later. Bible and a Gun.
One on the mirror.
First thing I actually heard from them, though, was Golden Ball and Chain. This was the thing that turned me on to Jason and the Scorchers. Because I'm a sucker for that guitar intro.
Oh, hello there, you coffee smile. Your hair messed up enough a little while. You said I'm sorry, but
I'm trying to look up the year on this. It was about 86. So right in that sweet spot of Bodines and Gear Daddies and Satellites.
On the golden ball chain.
Same album had a Rolling Stones cut on it.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Here comes your 19th nervous breakdown.
There you go, Jason and the Scorchers. Still Standing was that album. I told you Warner E. Hodges had some music of his own from an album called The Gunslinger about 10 years ago. So Warner himself, by himself, whatever boys he had with him. Channeling a little of the Angus Malcolm Young vibe. AC/DC here, huh? It's the hard way. It's rock, pop, and roll.
When I get off of my knees, you better get down on yours and start praying.
Not a great singer, but great guitar player.
You won't be catching.
And you don't have to be a great singer to make it. I don't care. As long as you can kind of keep it right there, mostly in tune. I mean, Keith Richards, that's fine, man. Keep it close. Rock, pop, and roll. We talked about the Georgia Satellites. Everybody knows Keep Your Hands to Yourself. This was a single that came after it on the same album. They never quite had success again, although I'll play one cut that was a hit. Battleship Chains. Sorely underappreciated, man. Rick Richards guitar, Dan Baird guitar, one out of each speaker, one in each ear. Satellites, that debut album, man, I love that debut album. Probably of all the stuff I'm playing for you here, The Georgia Satellites debut album of all these that you're hearing today, all the albums, all the bands, probably played the Satellites more than anybody else.
You know, there's sometimes I just sit around and wonder about what is and what would never be. But you know, I'd much rather find myself lost out on the sweet nights of mystery.
Nights of Mystery, man. They were great live. Saw them open for Bob Seger at Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. I saw them on a 3-band bill with the Del Fuegos, the Georgia Satellites, and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and that was about 87. From Petty's tour, Let Me Up, I've Had Enough, I think was the name of that album. Had Jammin' Me on it. And I saw the Satellites one other time with my great friend Jeff Paul at a club in East Lansing on a stone cold freezing December night as they were ending. The band didn't have much longer to go. I think they had put their third album out and they were burned, man. But that night was not burned out. Was not there was a flame. there was a dirty rock and roll flame, a lot of cover songs, and just tore it up loud in a bar. Nights of Mystery, which fades into, I can do this. This is on the cassette that we were playing. This is what it did. It faded out of Nights of Mystery into the great Rod Stewart song.
Spend some time feeling it through.
Every picture tells a story. I didn't know this song until I heard it on the Satellites album. Somehow I'd missed it. Thanks to Dan and the Satellites, I started digging deeper into the early Rod Stewart catalog, the pre-disco, right after Faces.
Just remember one thing, don't lose your head. To a woman that's
Just pounding.
women up.
And it's got great. I'm going to indulge me here. It's got a fabulous little breakdown in the middle of it, or towards the end of it. See if I can find it. There you go.
Every picture tells a story, don't it? Every picture tells a story, don't it? Every picture tells a story, don't it? Every picture tells a story.
Just jamming. Satellites had a second album. Much like the first album. A couple of Open All Night got some rock radio airplay, but mostly forgotten. But it's a jam and listen if you want to listen to the whole album, if you like this rock and roll.
Baby started talking crazy, crazy like from a dream. Pointing a finger right at me. I said, baby, what the hell is that supposed to mean? I said, honey, do not come any closer. I do not like it.
Satellites kind of burned out too. Although the Georgia Satellites still exist, Rick Richards has taken the name, the guitar player, tours as the Georgia Satellites. But without Dan Baird, it's not the Satellites to me. Down and Down of that second album. I told you they did have a little bit of a hit. Remember Hippie Hippie Shake is from the Cocktail soundtrack. This is really their second most known song, probably, to the masses. Hippie Hippie Shake. Yeah, the third album on that continuum had Another Chance on it. A little more of a Little Feet, Faces sound.
Living with my back against the wall, nowhere but forward to fall. I'll close my eyes, somebody will catch my breath. Oh my Lord, let's get on board. The ride's gonna scare me to death. Oh, I don't wanna leave before my time is done.
It's called In the Land of Salvation and Sin, that album. This was on that. showing they had not forgotten how to turn the guitar up to 11. It's a cut. Dan takes 5. Dan as in Dan Baird. I don't know what Dan takes 5 means. I don't know that it matters. It's just a rock and roll, man. Love the Satellites. Thanks for being with us, Rock, Pop, and Roll.
Took off running in the middle of the night. I was aiming for anything that felt half right.
Georgia Satellites were the coulda shouldas with the Georgia Satellites. That's a band that, if they'd stayed together, they could have had a career for 20 years. Just rock and roll, radio hits or not. You know? Too bad about the Satellites, but Dan Baird ended up having a solo career and had a couple of albums out that were really good, and his tours were always really good. So in one-time solo with who was the guitar player that he was playing with? Guy from Slim Dunlap played with the Replacements for a while before Slim passed away. He toured as the guitar player for Dan Baird. Go back to a little country-ish thing. Because at this time, Americana and country, and there was this sound in country, underground country, that was coming up. And these boys, Foster and Lloyd, led that in my mind.
You're trying to hold out until there is no doubt. Love's the kind of game you can win.
It's Radney Foster and Bill Lloyd were the two guys. And they took the country, they could pop with it, shaped that Americana movement, I think. Helped shape it. It's Foster and Lloyd. A little more country. This was an album called Faster and Louder. Louder spelled L-L-O-U-D-E-R, like Lloyd, L-L-O-Y-D, Faster and Louder.
That's who I wouldn't be. I think I've heard it before. Seems to go with goodbye and the slam of the door. Got no reason to play this game anymore. I know you'll always come back around to play out your part and keep breaking my heart.
They were in there with, I don't know, there was a number of country bands that were embracing the pop sound at the time, but not really being pop bands, but taking some of that snare drum snap that Springsteen Born in the USA had, and a lot of those 80s sounds, and bringing them into what they were labeled as country. I don't know that it was country, but it had a little twang to it, right? Version of the Truth was a 1990 album. This was all said and done, Foster and Lloyd.
You think she's waiting up nights, staring at the phone.
I mean, Bodine, Steve Earle, all that crap, all that great crap it sounded similar, or there was stuff that was similar in it.
You think she can't live without you. You won't think that for
I say crap, it's not bad, it's just all that stuff, all said and done.
It's all said and done.
Where country radio should have been playing more of this. Listen to that deep old guitar.
You thought you had love.
I like that. Bill Lloyd. So they split up and they went solo careers. I want to play a couple from a couple of songs, one from each. Bill Lloyd went to little bit of a power pop sound. Album was Look Into It. This is 2023, Bill Lloyd.
Here's the scene. He's staring at a TV screen, and all he can do it seems is looking at. She's
Still doing it. Radney Foster ended up having a big hit. Pretty big hit. Nobody Wins. Let's echo back to that. Remember this? From the Del Rio, Texas, 1959 album.
You say this ain't over yet. I've said things that I
You know, Leroy Parnell was another guy back in this time that was sounding similar to Texas country, pop country. This one has a nice, great chorus to it, so let's glide into it.
Nobody wins, we both lose. Hearts get broken.
It's rock, pop, and roll, and we are getting close to finishing up the songs, the bands that I was listening to in the 80s that were really, I wanted to go back to the 80s. Just be in the 80s, because these were the things that were the stew, the soup, the rock and roll goulash that I was eating. All these things, all the ingredients. I talked about Tom Smith, my great friend. This was another one we found. We found this album. And this was their only album. And we listened to this a lot. David and David.
Miss Christina drives a 944.
Listened to this a lot. And it wasn't this Americana Mellencamp adjacent stuff. This was different. This was like LA pop. Jackson Browne more than Mellencamp. But it's got about 4 cuts on it that I can still listen to. Welcome to the Boomtown, baby.
She keeps her back against the wall.
Slow burn, slow build, because it's 5.5 minutes long. Let's get a chorus. There you go.
All that money makes such a circular sound. Welcome to the Boomtown.
Bit of a jaded take on the whole LA scene. So they ended up releasing 3 singles from this album. Welcome to the Boomtown got some radio play. This one got just a little bit. And the one I'll play for you next didn't get hardly anything at all. But this is an underrated little pop rock song. Just listen together.
And I had a girl and I loved her. My best friend was her brother. We were on top of the mountain that summer, but we'd never be swallowed by the crack from so far down. Like the rest of those clowns begging us their back. Swallowed by the cracks, our pride wore down. Talking time gone by, yeah, but it's swallowed by the cracks.
Maybe my favorite off that album was this one. Maybe.
Never be swallowed by the cracks.
Just a little drum beat right here. Boom, boom.
We were talking
he didn't do it that time.
about getting drunk with strangers, telling lies and singing along with a jukebox, baby.
Swallowed by the cracks. I want to listen to the whole thing.
Swallowed by the cracks.
I'm going to go back after we're done and listen to the whole thing. And then they released this 3rd single that nobody played. But still a great track. Ain't So Easy, man. It's off that Boomtown album. David. It's more produced. More Don Henley, like Henley was doing at that time.
We can stay or we can move along.
Ain't So Easy.
Promise I will change. You just leave that up to me. And I'll kiss your face, I'll tend to your ass. I swear that I can make you happy. And you're up my back, forget the past. And baby, I know that ain't so easy.
So easy. And then one other song on here that it's not the David Bowie song.
You can say
It's called Heroes.
I just want to walk with you as we do the things that we know we have to do. Ever hopeful and ever blue. We do the things that we know we have to do. And know we all know deep down in our heart that someday this will all fall apart. Oh, right now. Hey, let's just be heroes.
Yeah. I like it. This is a one I'll listen to tomorrow as I drive.
Took a break today.
David and David. Rock, pop, and roll, man. We all remembered this phone number, right? Tommy Two-Tone. This album was produced by Chuck Plotkin, who was one of the producers of that Born in the USA album for Springsteen.
Jenny, who can I turn to?
Back in the early 80s, Tommy Heath. He was Tommy of Tommy Two-Tone. A little new wavy, a little pop rock.
I know you think I'm
Big hit.
the others before.
Never really had another big hit. The other cut off of this album that I liked, the Tommy Two-Tone 2 album, was this, baby, It's Alright. I listened to some Tommy Two-Tone, the first two albums.
Worried when we go out together.
Power pop, man, power pop. I love power pop. This was the first album from Tommy Two-Tone, maybe the best of these three that we're listening to. Angels Say No.
Angel, I love you. You know I love you. But what can I say?
Pop ahead.
Angels say no.
Super power pop. They've been listening to the Cars, right? 2025, Tommy Two-Tone put out a song called Sherry Lynn's Song. This is that from this year. So Tommy's still around.
I guess I never realized we could last this long.
Still sounds like Tommy Two-Tone. He was on one of the Rick Springfield package tours recently.
You turned out to be real strong.
Rock, pop, and roll, my 80s influences. Tommy Two-Tone was one. So was this one. Somehow, I found the band X. I found this in a $1 LP vinyl budget bin and bought it. And found this song. And thought, yeah, I love that. It's 4th of July. It's written by Dave Alvin.
She's waiting for me when I get home from work.
X. They were out of Los Angeles, right? A little punk band out of LA. John Doe
Rise in the dark.
formed that, led that punk band.
Answer when I call her name. On the stairs I smoke a cigarette alone. Mexican kids are shooting fireworks below. And hey, baby, it's the 4th of July. Hey,
I listen to a lot of other X music, and I've tried, but this one is, I just go back to this all the time. I'm like, man, this. How did I find that? I got lucky. We got 2 artists left. We've done some Minnesota. The Honey Dogs were from Minnesota. These guys were from Austin, Minnesota, later moved to Minneapolis. This is from their second album, Billy's Live Bait. My great friend Randy Schweitzer. Thanks, Randy. Turned me on to the Gear Daddies. And I still love the Gear Daddies. Gear Daddies are still around.
Well, I woke up this morning with my face to the wall and I said a real quick prayer. Oh, please, dear God, when I turn around and I'd be lying there. But I felt the best skin touching mine and the blood run from my head.
It's propulsive, right? Just moving forward. It's called The Color of Her Eyes.
I can't remember her name and I'm sorry for all my life.
Gear Daddies. I run into people all the time that are music fans going, you know the Gear Daddies? You know who the Gear Daddies are? Nobody ever knows who the Gear Daddies are. I do. Same album. Great album.
Open your eyes and look around.
They had an album called Let's Go Scare Al, and then they had Billy's Live Bait. Had the song I Want to Drive a Zamboni. Gets played at hockey games. That's basically your Gear Daddies discography. A couple albums and Zamboni. Martin Zeller was the lead singer. I told you they still play around. They just, as I recorded this month, December of 2025, they just played a show a week or 2 ago. They still play around in Minnesota and Iowa. Get together a few times a year. Good for them, man. Yeah. Thank you. But Martin Zeller did some stuff on his own. So this is off the Born Under album. Martin Zeller, and he also did some stuff with a band called The Hardways, Martin Zeller and The Hardways. But if I go back to one of his solo songs, it's this.
Woke up this morning, a strange feeling hanging over me. Took me a minute to recognize possibility. Yeah, from somewhere back, came along with memories.
Rock, pop, and roll, man. Thanks for listening today. Thanks for going. We went over an hour today. If you're still there, I appreciate you. I do. We've got our best stat report ever of more people listening to Rock, Pop, and Roll in the last couple of episodes than ever before. So keep doing it, man. Keep spreading the love. To get us out of here, I told you I was, 1981, I saw Rick Springfield, Power Pop. I loved Power Pop, what he was doing with Working Class Dog. A little less with Success Hasn't Spoiled Me Yet, the album that came after it. But then this Love Somebody is woefully underappreciated as a great power pop rock song from the mid-'80s. I love Somebody.
I can see the path you're cutting.
And it's not roots rock, and it's not Americana, and it's not all the stuff we've been listening to, but it was part of my DNA. Because I came from a background of 45s and listening to some bubblegum pop and old Eagles 45s, but Snoopy versus the Red Baron and some Stevie Wonder, all kinds of stuff. And then I got into the power pop and the rock, the melodic sounds, before I got into the grittier things we've been listening to, a little less accessible maybe. But mid-'80s pop rock, oh man, this is I mean, Jesse's Girl's great. It's great. So that first album, or that 81 album, Working Class Dog, was great. All of it. Listened to it a lot, but this one was like showed that he could still catch, grab capture some of that magic from that Working Class Dog album. So I love somebody. Yeah, because I like the break in the end of it too.
You better love somebody. You better love somebody. You better love somebody.
All right, and so to get us out of here tonight, Rick Springfield recorded just for fun, because we just did a Rick song, the Working Class Dog 40th anniversary. He got his band together and they went to his house and they set up all the instruments in like his living room and they re-recorded the album and it came out freaking great. So you can find it wherever you find your music. And it sounds different than, it's 40 years on, so he's going to sound different. But it still sounds energetic. And that's what we're going to get out of here with. So be good. Be kind to somebody. Everybody. And we will talk to you next time on Rock, Pop, and Roll. Thanks for listening, man.
You are listening to Rock, Pop, and Roll. For some, it is the vibe. For others, the lyrics. Whatever direction you come at, rock and roll is good. And in the end, all great rock and roll demands two things. Turn it up, and that it moves you. This is rock, pop, and roll. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, well, you just might find you get what you need.
Turn up the dial loud, rock and roll. Dirty guitar slamming drums up in a Memphis soul. Crossfire hurricanes, the fire down below. The final nights and the Kenwood Road. Find a friend, find one show, like a midnight DJ on your radio. Crank the hits, the deep track soul. This is rock, pop, and roll. Yeah, yeah, this is rock, pop, and roll. Yeah.
I shouted out, "Who killed the Kennedys?" When after all, it was you and me.